Chapter 30. Dark Desires. The Mountain View City for Performing Arts was already filling when they arrived. Angel wore a forgettable face. Susie looked radiant in her velvet evening gown. Catherine scanned the room and spotted Hunter. He was in the lobby with a beautiful woman on his arm. Susie's countenance fell. "Good evening," Hunter smiled. "This is Emily." She was iconic, dressed in the style of a 1930s movie star. Susie felt jealous, and Gabranth felt Emily's charisma immediately. He wanted to spend the rest of his life with her. Emily smiled at Gabranth, and he opened his mouth when a large man cut through the crowd surrounded by what looked like security. "Good evening, Hunter, Miss Emily." He looked at the coterie with contempt. "And what in the hell are you doing here? This place is for the cultured." "They are with me, Sheriff," Hunter said. "They know better than to cause trouble. No sense baiting them." The sheriff looked them over and moved on. They found their seats. The lights went down. Henri took the stage and was magnificent. At intermission, Gabranth stared at the back of the seat in front of him and said nothing. The lights dimmed for the second half. The curtain went up. Applause filled the theater. Then a commotion roared from the lobby. A crash, then shouting. The theater doors flew open and a security guard sailed through the air and landed 15 feet into the aisle. "Bloody Sabbat," Hunter said. A group of vampires poured in after the guard, loud and violent, pulling patrons out of their seats. On stage, the cast attempted to continue. One of the Sabbat looked up at the singer. "Nice performance, lady." He climbed up after him. Henri appeared from the wings with a sandbag and hit him squarely across the back. The Sabbat vampire turned, looked at Henri with mild curiosity, and threw him over the orchestra pit and into the seats below. One of them planted herself at the front of the house and spread her arms wide. "Brothers and sisters, why do you remain with this oppressive Camarilla? You are young and powerful. Seize your rightful might. Throw off their yoke. Join us. Join the Sabbat." Hunter and Emily were gone. The Sabbat laughed and began draining and turning theater goers. People scrambled for the exits. The sheriff and his goons had already moved to block all the exits. Catherine understood what that meant. She pulled Susie toward the stage and the others followed. They went into the orchestra pit to hide. Catherine noticed a gap in the floor behind it. She inserted her fingers and found a latch. The others followed her in. "The exits are blocked. Let's wait out the fight." Darth turned on his flashlight. A carved wooden handle jutted from a crack in the cement floor. Withered fingers wrapped around it, and on one of them was a large, ornate diamond ring. Susie gasped and stared at the ring. Catherine reached for the wooden handle and pulled hard until it gave. The cement slab shuddered. Outside, sirens approached and vampires fought. Susie heard the sheriff order Holloway to seal off the block. The slab cracked open. A withered vampire in a tuxedo roared back to life. "My name is Jefferson. I am awakening to vengeance." His eyes moved across each of them. "You have released me. I pay you for restoring my life by not taking yours tonight." He leaned forward. "Tell no one of what you have done here. There are things worse than death." In the blink of an eye, he was gone. Angel led them to the sewers just behind the theater. They followed him and exited in the Masonic Temple parking lot at the outer edge of the cordoned off area. An explosion shook the ground and lit up the sky. Darth cheered and watched the theater burn.